This video is about the differences between ocean-going cruises and river cruises, and I'm Joni Ogg. Probably the best way to describe a river cruise is to compare it with an ocean cruise to see the differences. And while river cruises are not for everyone, neither are ocean-going cruises. Having done hundreds of ocean-going cruises from budget to luxury and several river cruises, I'm going to do my best to accentuate the difference in a way that you can relate the differences to your clients. So, getting to your cruise. Most ocean-going cruises depart from major port cities around the world, and they enjoy generally competitive airfares and easy access. And river cruises, on the other hand, may require travel from a hub airport to meet the point of departure. As an example, we took wine cruise on Avalon Waterways, and we flew into Nice for a couple of days, and then we transferred from Nice to Arles to board the cruise. We then disembarked quite a distance south of Paris and took a motor coach into Paris. And this kind of itinerary is not unusual for a river cruise. Now, embarkation. Most ocean-going cruises, other than the Premium Plus and luxury market lines, have challenging embarkation processes, long lines, long waits, and irritating situations. I remember one Carnival cruise where we sat in San Diego for about an hour, and then another hour, and another hour, waiting to catch a motor coach to Ensenada to board the ship. We arrived at the requested time of noon. We finally boarded a motor coach around 6 at night, and we arrived at the ship after 9 p.m. It was really brutal. River cruises, on the other hand, know you're coming and boom, you're led to your accommodations. Far superior to an ocean-going cruise. So how about the cabins? River cruise cabins tend to be a tad smaller than their ocean-going competition. There are no real balconied cabins, but some of the most recent ships have sliding windows that open the cabin up to the outside and resemble balconies. There are usually at least 2 suites on a river cruise that are larger and more sumptuous than the rest of the cabins. And they all offer comfortable bedding, a bathroom, chairs, and a view. There are no inside cabins on river cruises. And for the most part, cabin sizes tend to be around 150 to 170 square feet. However, be sure to check the brochure to verify the cabin size, as there are some older ships where cabins might drop to 100 square feet or less. Now, how about dining? Dining on a modern mass-market ocean cruise might include a dozen dining venues or more. There's always a large buffet serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and early morning and late-night snacks. A river cruise generally has one main dining room venue, and most of the time a second dining venue in the aft lounge. And while the food is generally excellent, your clients are not going to find the multitude of dining options that they will on an ocean-going cruise. And then there's entertainment. Entertainment on an ocean-going cruise generally has Broadway-style productions, discos, piano bars, lounge acts, pool parties, and lots more. On a river cruise, the entertainment is usually a cultural performance by locals in the port that you're visiting. And the crew will generally put on a show of some type, and there may be an entertainer in the lounge on some evenings. Now, the cruising. Ocean cruises generally cruise during the night and are in port during the days. On the sea days, there is little to see other than an expansive ocean. The days are focused on activities aboard the ship, whereas river cruises have the perfect blend of cruising in ports. River cruising is all about taking in the sights along the river and exploring fascinating cities and villages while in port. It's not uncommon to visit more than 1 port a day on a river cruise, with cruising the river and its ambience midday. So then there's the passenger load. Ocean-going cruises have something for everyone, and as a result, also has a very diverse passenger load. And river cruises tend to draw an older crowd that are well-traveled and sophisticated. While the trend is towards expanding the market to include multi-generational and millennial channels, for the most part, look for an older 55-plus passenger load on a river cruise. And the ports and shore excursions. Ocean cruises tend to cruise thousands of miles and visit several different countries or islands or both during a typical cruise. They port in harbors that accept ships of their size or tender into port from anchored positions. In both cases, it takes time to get to the actual destination. The shore excursions are varied and abundant, as well as pricey. River cruises, on the other hand, dock right in the heart of the city or the village they're visiting, usually within easy walking distance to the epicenter of the port. Disembarking in a port is as easy as walking off the boat. Virtually all river cruises include a walking tour of each port included in the price of the cruise itself, but there may be an occasional additional shore excursion for an extra fee made available on river cruises. And then there's the itineraries. Ocean-going cruises cover the world and cruise to ports worldwide. River cruises don't cruise to anywhere. They cruise in destinations. This is a huge difference. River cruises are more like escorted motor coach tours that explore destinations only you are on the boat enjoying a 360-degree view of the area, not a motor coach stretching to see out of your window. Just about everything or everywhere there is a navigable river, there is a river cruise exploring that region. Now, debarkation on a mass market cruise is really not very enjoyable. First, you have to pack your luggage the night before debarkation so that the crew can pick it up, and then you have to get out of your cabin early and take your carry-on luggage to one of the designated areas of the ship and wait till you're called by your number to debark. And while you're waiting, you can go over your lengthy charges made during the cruise. And if you find an error on that, you have to go to the front desk and wait in line to eventually talk to someone about it. And then, when your number is finally called to disembark the ship, you enter the luggage pickup area for your number, and there are hundreds of bags to sort through to find yours. Now, eventually, you find your luggage and make your way to your transportation to the airport. But overall, in my personal opinion, the debarkation process is a horrible way to end a vacation. On a river cruise, you wake up, enjoy breakfast, debark the ship, no lines, and no hassle. So let's recap the most important points of this video tutorial. Ocean and river cruises are quite a bit different. Understanding the difference is critical to sail river cruises. And here are some of the key points: motion sickness, cultural shore excursions, itineraries, and more. I hope that you've enjoyed this video tutorial, and if you have, why not give it a like and a share? And for more video tutorials, be sure to visit homebasedtravelagent.com. And if you'd like to be notified as we release future videos, why not subscribe to our channel? And thanks so much for being with me today.